Okay, folks. You'll have to excuse me. I am eating a hot bowl of chunky beef soup. But there's a lot of talk on YouTube about the Delphi case, new information. What do we know? We know this much. I can guarantee you it was more than one person. There's a lot of talk that Anthony Greeno is behind bars, but yet still harassing ladies and people from behind bars. I guess he's got himself a phone or whatever, iBook, whatever it may be. I don't know if that's true or not, but there is a lot of information out. Now, I did watch a video today, a live chat, uh, garage. And there was a young lady on there saying that Anthony Greeno's emails were wiped out from May to from February to May. There's also new information out that Anthony Greeno's phone pinged by the bridge the day of the murders. Now, I don't know if that's true. Is it possible? I believe so, folks. With all the research that we're doing on Anthony Greeno, it's starting to become that Anthony Greeno was a big liar. He never was anything that he said he was. I'm guessing he was a predator, possibly a murderer. Possibly. Do I think he's bridge guy? No. I think. Do I think he played a part in the Delphi murders? Yes. I think he tried to set somebody up. Here's what we know about Anthony Greeno. He said the killer called him. Why did he release that information? If the killer really called Anthony Greeno, don't you think? And Anthony Greeno talked to the police. Remember, Anthony Greeno, I've talked to the police. I was down there at the sheriff's department. And they confiscated his phone, folks. Do you think being that it was an ongoing investigation, do you think the police would have told Anthony Greeno to go ahead and talk about the case or reveal that he knows who the killer is? That's what Anthony Greeno claimed in his videos. I watched them myself. Who was Anthony Greeno's dope man? Meth man, cannabis man, whatever. Where was he getting his stuff from? He has admitted on camera that he did meth, other drugs, alcohol, pot. I didn't buy something. For a long time, I watched him work with other people. That big documentary that he made about his mother passing, him talking to his uncle. You remember that video that was out there? I'm sure if you know anything about the Delphi case and Anthony Greeno, that video that was out, the documentary about what type of person his mother was. Did you ever listen to that video real close? I did. And it sounds like to me like Sean Harmon. That's just my theory, my thoughts. Do I think there was many people involved? Yeah. More than one person involved in that. And like I told you guys before in that case, that Anthony Greeno and Sean Harmon knew each other. Anthony Greeno and a couple YouTubers knew each other. In real life, communicated back and forth all the time. We're on each other's shows. Is it possible that this was all planned? Manipulated fake videos. Anthony Greeno had the software to do that. He was a production person. He had the capabilities. These YouTubers do have the capabilities of editing and photooping, CGI and all that. And I think the police are onto the right path, or at least most of them are being picked up. I think Greeno didn't even realize that he was telling on himself on some things in his videos. Meaning, on film, on camera, he said he belonged to a biker club or whatever. I have a feeling all these guys knew each other. Now, of course, they're not going to come out and tell you folks they know each other, because that would link other murders to their case. If Anthony Greeno told you he knew Keegan Kline or the the Kurtz, or anyone that was brought in for violent crimes and murders, like I said, Abby and Libby are not the only young ladies that were killed down there in Delphi. There's been girls missing down there and girls dead down there. Do I think maybe these guys knew Brian James Chadwell? I imagine so, folks. If they grew up there, they were around from that area, even Lafayette. Yeah, I imagine they all know each other. They're not going to tell you that, because then they would be able to link all these people to these crimes that others committed, but might not have been a part of the Delphi case, but they might have been part of killing another girl that was known out there. And I imagine they all probably knew each other. Drugs, sex, gangs, and stuff like that. That soup is good. I doctor it up a little bit myself. So what do I think in the Delphi murder case? Is Anthony Greeno bridge guy? The photo that I'm seeing, no. That does not mean Anthony Greeno was not there. It could have been that Anthony Greeno had a grudge against the government, against the police force. Why? Because they arrested him numerous times on being a fake bounty hunter and saying that he worked for the government. That he was useless in some of these stories that you read or watch on YouTube that are now starting to come out 5 years later. Well, we're going on 6 years now in the Delphi case. So, what do I think? I think they all knew each other. I think there's proof of that on camera that we all seen. Anthony Greeno, what'd he do? He flipped out on camera, begging people to help him on camera, other YouTubers to come to his rescue. What did we see with Sean Harmon? We seen the same thing. Harmon flipping out in a drug-induced thing, saying that he cut a deal with Anthony Greeno and Greeno used him, and Greeno wouldn't tell him this or wouldn't let him say anything about what was going on. That wasn't me making them videos. That was them. I think somebody dropped the hammer on them down there, and they knew they were screwed. That would make sense. Listen, folks, there's only 2 people that could wipe out all of Anthony Greeno's emails. That's Anthony Greeno or somebody that had his phone. Now, who else could wipe out all his emails and stuff? There's only one other person that's that good that would go in and be able to erase or get everything before anybody knew it, and that would be the FBI and government. So I imagine Greeno used that excuse, as the killer called him, as an excuse to cover up that he got busted and his phone got taken, and all of his emails and everything he thought, all the bullcrap lies. Hey, listen, he even sent me messages on Facebook telling me to shut my mouth because I was investigating another case and saying, boy, ain't these similar? The Evansdale. Case and the other cases that were going on. Hell, Sean Harmon, after I made a video about Sean Harmon is actually a suspect on this channel. He was even in my chat trying to explain what was going on for an hour and a half, 2 hours in my chat, posting the same thing, that it was his dad. And I'm looking at the video going, that ain't your dad. There ain't no way that's your dad. It could be your dad, but if it was your dad, they would have already had the case solved because they knew who his dad was. And that wasn't the thing. I think these boys created a zoo. Very well could have been part of a child porn ring or kiddie porn photos. And they got busted, folks. And now they're all crying. I don't know Anthony Greeno. All these dudes are coming. Everybody. I don't know them. And they're throwing them to the curb. And I imagine it's because, Anthony Greeno was not who he said he was. Far from it. Much like what we're dealing with it in Ernie show in the Summer Wells case. I'm telling you, I have a bad feeling all these people are leading us. It's so deceiving. People would be shocked. They really would. If people ask me what is my psychoanalysis on Anthony Greeno, he very well could be a serial killer against women. His past shows that he's very violent with women. His past shows that he's lied. He's not a bounty hunter. He's not a sheriff. He don't work with the FBI. And that's how these dudes got away with doing what they did for so long. It could have been a porno kitty thing, a ring or whatever. You need software to be able to create a movie, editing and stuff like that. Greeno had that. And I believe some other people have that kind of tech. That's why the photo and his story was changing every week, every couple months. And he kept claiming, I know who it is. I know who it is, but he didn't know. You know why? Because he was involved in it. Probably. That's why. My opinion, my theory. That's what I'm thinking. I'm guessing probably there's a good chance Keegan Kline might have been a kitty porn dude. Might have been the setup guy to get him there. Once they got him there. There's rumors going around that Anthony Greeno actually was good friends with the grandfather of Abby and Libby or something like that. And possibly knew Derek, which there's videos out there saying Derek was an informant. He got busted. And in order to get out of trouble and stay out of prison, he became an informant and ratted on people down there. Now, that could be true. I don't know. I don't have all the evidence. But I would imagine something bad happened down there. I don't know. Either it was a revenge killing or somebody tried to play a superhero or a revenge killing to mess with the government. Like who? Like the Zodiac killer. And at the end, I think Reno thought that he would be the hero and all of his friends that were involved in this. And you know what? They might be innocent and had nothing to do with it, but they are guilty of deceiving the people, taking massive amounts of money and donations that no one ever got. They scammed you folks, and they scammed many. And who knows who really these people were. You know what? They're trying to tell me, they keep telling, Sean Harmon passed away. I don't know that. When the government comes out and says Sean Harmon is no longer a suspect in the case and has passed away, then we will believe it. Till then, they're looking for him because these guys have made, and their friends have made videos that said they were. I can remember 4 years ago, Anthony Greeno saying he was wanted by the police, but it was all a lie, that he's a bounty hunter and people were just out to get him, and these women were all lying that said he was violent. He's really I remember, I watched the videos, folks. He lied. He's nothing. And if he is a government agent or working with the FBI or he's a bounty hunter, no one believes him now with all the bull crap. So if he showed up at someone's house knocking on their door, I'm here to arrest you, I imagine they're going to pump him full of holes. I can imagine that. At least I know I would, because it's way too shady. And this is why these folks are getting away with killing, raping, kidnapping our kids. They're dressed in. Did you see the video of Greeno in his uniform? Do you see the video of Ernie Shell in his uniform? That's how these guys are doing it. They're jumping out saying they're law enforcement, kidnapping these kids probably. Who knows what they're doing? We got to find out the truth, though. If Greeno's phone pinged anywhere near that area the day of the murders, that ain't looking good. He might have owed somebody money for dope and tried to set up old Keegan Kline, which I believe Keegan Kline is a part of the case, a very bad person. for taking photos and making fake accounts of young women. He's a sicko, pedo, whatever you want to call it. Could they have tried to set him up? It's possible. We don't know. When the case is closed, we'll know. I think we got a good hunch of what's going on. I think it was a big ring. I think they are picking up a lot of these guys that belong to this so-called gang down there, which all they claimed. Harmon claimed he was a biker. His dad was a biker. Mason. All this crap they claimed. It might be true. But I'm guessing it was probably a lie to throw people off of what? Their own track that they messed up. Bunch of idiots. And I'm glad they're behind bars. You know, green will change your life. There's rumors out there that you've been trolling people. I don't know if that's true. If you are and you see this, change your life, dude. You got one chance. That's if they don't get to you in prison. You know, that's if they don't get to you in prison. But what do I think? I think they're a bunch of idiots. That's what I think. I think they tried to pin it on all kinds of people. If you watch Greeno know exactly who it was. But every couple of weeks, he'd change his story. Aha, this is Bridge Guy. This is Bridge Guy. No, I think they're all Bridge Guy. Everybody that was on Greeno's channel, even American, whatever, Mikey or whatever his name was, that looks like Greeno. That's with them 3 other guys on that channel or whatever. Are probably suspects, folks, and being watched. You know what gets me is folks say it's impossible, and I'm like, man, in a murder of 2 little girls possibly sacrificed, or we don't know the truth because there's been no crime scene photos released, nothing to say that that's what happened. And some of these stories that these 2 made and their friends, that they were all carved up and there was carvings in the trees and the bodies were all chopped up. They made them videos, not me. We just watched them and said, I'm not buying it until the government comes out and says what happened. My opinion. Did I say this soup is pretty good? I doctored it up a little bit myself. But I ain't going to buy any of their stories. As far as I'm concerned, they're still all being hunted down. Ain't nothing they could do. The police should have did their jobs in the first place. I understand, but the police were shocked probably just as much as what's going on. Do I think the police might have tried and hide some of this stuff because Greeno did have maybe a connection with the police and was talking with the police? Maybe somebody's family member that was involved in this was related to the police. Maybe. I don't blame the police on that. Something up. Can you imagine the police officer coming home and one of his family members going, you're not going to believe what happened today? You know, I imagine a cop would even be going, the cop probably would have said, I'll kill you myself if you make it out of this. I wouldn't doubt that they tried to cover up something as sick as that. You got, and Greeno is a playboy with the women. The women love Greeno. They think he's some kind of a superhero. The women just can't get enough of him. But what's popping up is the women that they've been sleeping with. And I beg to differ with some of these people. If anybody knows Anthony Greeno better than anybody, it's the girl he's sleeping with. Whoever he's sleeping with. I'm not stupid, folks. Who knows a guy the best? Well, a girl that's been banging him for a while, So do I think he's probably, I know his past is what it says. He's a violent person with women, verbally and physically. The proof's all there. It's just people don't want to admit it. Why? Because they were friends with him. They probably were all supporting his channel. They all were communicating behind scenes. Greeno shocked them. You understand? Some of these people were taken for a ride. I didn't stand for it. I was like, we'll get rid of all of them. I don't care how famous they are, Masons, bikers. I don't give a crap. Bunch of sickos. People were shocked. People were, God, I hope I don't get in trouble for this. Good God, I imagine people's phones. I imagine they're just tossing phones away, computers. Anyone that was friends with Greeno or Harmon or any of these dudes are like shitting their pants. I would imagine. And there's one good thing about this whole thing. Oh, let me turn my mic down. All right. There's one good thing that out of all this is they got him behind bars. Now, if they were smart, they would sing like a canary. If they were smart, Keegan Klein, Greeno, and they're looking for more folks. And the people they have behind bars, they have the advantage over all this. I hate to say it, they really do, because they can cut deals with the government. Do I think any of them should be out on the sidewalk ever again? No. No, not at all. Greeno's behind bars right now. And I'm watching videos today saying that he's still attacking women from behind bars. That he's got himself a phone and stuff behind their laptop or whatever. Behind bars. He very well could be using the hot phone that the cellmates got in there or whatever. You know? Yeah, I believe it. For people to come out and say that it's impossible, they have no idea. They just don't know the system. They don't know how evil the devil really is. And I don't think these people realize what kind of great extremes that these people would go to for you not to find out, or for the world to find out of what kind of people they really are. Anthony Greeno has a grudge against authority because they casted him out. They came out and said he is not a bounty hunter. They came out and said he's not working with the FBI. He's not a cop. He's not this. He's not that. And I think that upset Mr. Greeno. So in his mind, remember the videos he made of his family killed all these people because they thought his mom was murdered? Well, we checked, and the all the autopsy and everything said, the reports and everything, that it was a drug overdose. But his family stabbed a girl that sold her the drugs because Greeno thought that they were trying to kill his mother. You know, life don't work that way, Anthony. If they did, if it was something like that, I think the police would have investigated it. But even the reports said it was a drug overdose. And then he came out and said all of his family members been killing people. Come on, man. What do you folks need? And what's funny is you got these people on there just praising, oh no, he didn't do anything wrong, and he didn't. Them were fake videos he was putting out. They were fake photos. And everybody bought it. All of them. They all jumped on board, wanted to be on his channel. They all wanted to be a part of it. And probably underneath all their eyes, only a few people knew the truth of how nuts these people really were. Literally, probably prostitute. It probably was bigger than what they're thinking. A lot. I imagine we're just getting the tip of it. I imagine YouTube is just getting the tip of what really these people were involved in. I really do. I think they're screwed. I think he had connections with music people. I know for a fact he had communications with music channels and stuff, producers and stuff like that. Like I said, everything's tracked. All the phones, everything. It just takes time to read everything. It just takes time. It takes time. And I imagine they're tracking all kinds of people's phones and computers. You want my honest opinion? Once the police started investigating, they were shocked of how big the ring was, how many people were involved. And it made sense because whenever anybody would comment or make a video on anything to do with Greeno that we're not buying their story, anything to do with Harmon or any of their friends or anything, what happened? We were attacked. Why? Because we didn't go along with their story and we thought they looked suspect. It is only through God that can solve these cases. God's got to have a hand in it because we know the devil had a hand in killing them two little girls out there. I think people are shocked at what Greeno did. I don't blame them. But we are starting to see a lot of these people that claim they work for the government. And they're not making movies, folks. They're not doing movie scripts or nothing. They might be making movies, but they're not the movies that you would want your kids to watch or anybody else. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. Hey, Raphael, how you doing? But it looks like that storm blew over. It broke up. It was supposed to rain tonight about 9 o'clock, they said, but we didn't get no rain unless it's lagging, unless it's slowed down a little bit and ain't got here yet. But no rain tonight, but they are saying tomorrow rain. So maybe I'll get some good storm footage. Listen, I can't compete with these big channels on YouTube, guys. I can't compete with these beautiful women. Not in the crime community. These big channels and these beautiful women pretty much have it wrapped up to where there ain't nobody gonna believe you being a small channel. There ain't nobody gonna, do anything unless you're affiliated with one of these bigger channels. And do I think YouTubers are involved in very bad stuff? Yes. Am I talking recently and not 20, 30, 40 years ago? Yeah, I'm talking recently. I do think that YouTubers are capable of murder and covering it up. And for those people out there that say it's impossible, I wouldn't go that far because if you watch crime channels, you will see a lot of these people are being investigated and picked up for crimes. And other YouTubers are being picked up for crimes. So, yeah, and I'm not talking crimes from 30, 40 years ago, 20 years ago. We're talking recent crimes. They don't learn from their mistakes. I give Graz that much credit. He hit it on the butt. He hit it right on the button. We all been in trouble before, but we learned from our mistakes. I agree with that. And I do agree that these guys cannot learn, Graz. If you're watching, they cannot stop. It is a drug to them. This kiddie porn crap. I watch a lot of YouTubers now that I seen on Greeno's channel. And I'm watching and I'm watching and I'm watching, and these people just flocking to him like another Greeno. And I'm not talking about Graz. I think Graz was the only one that probably seen through the bullcrap. Graz, on your channel, you did say when you first met him, you had a gut feeling. You just didn't like the dude. And in your chat tonight, I commented, you did say that. And look at where he is right now. And look at what you're saying. You can't believe that he did something like this, And what did you say? When I first met him, there was just something about him. I didn't believe anything. I didn't like it. A lot of us looked right through his stuff, Graz. It wasn't adding up. The whole thing, bounty hunter, movie production, music, everything he was talking wasn't adding up. Was he involved in it? Yes. In the movie production and music and stuff like that. Probably did voiceovers. He probably edited a lot of stuff if he had a production place. If it was legit. A lot of voiceovers, a lot of editing, stuff like that. But other than that, I didn't buy his story. And I'm not buying it today. And when the government comes out and says Anthony Greeno had nothing to do with the Delphi killings at all, period, nothing at all, then I'll say, okay, he's innocent. But they made themselves look suspect, folks. And now they want to blame other people. Well, you were in his chat saying he did this and he did that. Well, I said I wasn't buying his story. Something was fishy was going on. It wasn't adding up. The argument between Sean Harmon and Greeno, and the whole blow up, and all their friends getting on there and attacking people, and Greeno watching videos of ours. He was trolling people. So was Harmon. Harmon was aggravating the crap out of everybody, folks. On Facebook, on YouTube. He even came into my chat. He even made videos how he was going to kill me. Calling my mother names. Why? Because I made a video saying you're suspect on this channel. I'm not buying your story. So they just don't want to believe stuff. The Lord can reveal it to them. You can talk until they're blue in the face. You can say whatever you want to them. You can smack them upside the head with the evidence and say, here it is. Here's the data from the phones. Here's all the evidence, the DNA, the crime scene photos. And they still will not believe that they were duped by these people. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Not one bit. But that is the truth. What I believe to be the truth. We all don't want to believe it. But I believe the Sheriff Carter said it best. I believe we're watching these people that had a hand in it. I believe they were playing with the authorities. I believe there's more out there to catch. I believe Sheriff Carter got on the press release there and he looked around the room. And that was a clue to me. And when he shouted out Once these people find out that you have a hand, somebody rich, somebody powerful, somebody that's on social media, because he said, once the people find out what you are really all about and what you do, uh, the people will be shocked. That to me said there was only a couple people they were talking. It had to be a YouTuber or someone famous that people looked up to and everything. Yeah, I think these guys are crumbling. The Lord is putting pressure on all these people. And I think they're crumbling. I think people are starting to see through their crap, their madness, their mayhem. I think these people are rubbing it in our faces because they got money or they're famous on YouTube, got millions of viewers or whatever. Yeah, we're like I said, it's people won't believe the truth if you're smacking them in the face with it. There are some YouTubers out there that are saying, we don't think they'll they'll believe the truth, even with the evidence, even with the phone records, the computer records, and all and their past history. I don't think some YouTubers are like, what is going? It's like a massive hypnosis. Uh, Excuse me. It is. The women love Greeno. He's a heartthrob. The women love Ernie Show. He's a heartthrob. Psycho, but a heartthrob. They're not making movies. They don't work for a production agency and all this crap that they're talking about. It's a movie no, it ain't. No, it ain't. It is you coming up with lies and people to act like they're movie production people and big record corporations and everything. And when it gets investigated, what happens? They're lies, just like Ernie Shell is a government agent and bounty hunter, and that's the first bounty hunter I ever seen got tased or government agent. Yeah, I'm not buying all their crap. I really don't care what the people want me to say. I don't know what YouTube wants me to say, but I'm not buying their stories. And if it was up to me, they should be investigated for other crimes. They better start checking the women that were coming up missing and dead down there, down south in them areas. They might have they might have themselves a serial killer ring. A bunch of idiots. And what gets me the most is how they come out and say we're suing you for all this is public information that is all out on the internet. There is no slander. Greeno has a record. Sean Harmon has a record. Brian Chadwell has a record. Keegan Klein has a record. They all have records. The Kurtz, all of these dudes that were down there, they all got records. All public information. Their cases, their crimes have been put on social media. There is no slander. I'm getting tired of hearing this crap that you're slandering it. No, that's the proof. That's the evidence. That's the proof that they put out on all this stuff, on the videos that we're watching on YouTube about these people. Public domain, whatever. The Freedom Act, whatever. The rights right to use information that's out there, whatever you want to call it. Them themselves have talked about their own cases and stuff that they went. Even Greeno said he was in trouble before. Well, how can you be in trouble working for the FBI, being a bounty hunter, and a secret agent and a movie producer and a music producer and all this stuff? You remember, folks, Anthony Greeno doing his videos with what? A music studio background. His whole thing was he was a producer, and he's now. Do I have any personal beef with any of these guys? No. I'm not gonna go stalk them or hunt them down. That ain't my job. That's the government's job. I wasn't raised to be some kind of an idiot stalker, bunch of idiots. My job is to be a YouTube creator and a YouTube couch potato music man, movie man, or crime channel or whatever, and sub and hit the like button and participate in the chats. That's my job. Other than that, I couldn't tell you what I do because I'd have to kill everybody. That's an old CIA Black Ops joke, folks. It's a joke. You know, I don't know. Some of these people, what are we seeing now? Now I'm seeing this madness that we've seen with all these other people in these cases. Now I'm starting to see a young lad that has a lot of money and is famous not acting right, acting like one of these goofballs that have been picked up for a crime that were YouTubers. Why do these people keep insisting that YouTubers do not commit crimes and police don't commit crimes? The government don't. Evil is everywhere. And thus, so is good. You know? So I'm not buying it. All this new stuff coming out, does it make sense? Sure it does. If you look into their records and past and drug addictions and their beating on women and violent towards women and everything and kidnappings. And yeah, it makes perfect sense to me. Why do I have a disability and it makes perfect sense to me, but somebody with a perfect brain is out there going, this is crazy. That's impossible. I got that yard cut today, Raphael, just before the skies opened and came pouring down. But tomorrow I got a little bit more work left over. They want me to plant some plants. Hopefully I can get it done before it rains. But literally, just as I was putting away the tractor, it started lightning. I was like, it's going to storm. So thank God I made it home before it did. And it did come down and it was howling too out here. So I imagine that storm that went through here might have caused some damage somewhere. But yeah, that's my whole thing with the Anthony Green. All of them. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's a whole bunch of them. What I'm determining is how many knew about it. How many were involved of Greeno's YouTube friends? You know, that were on his channel. You know, Greeno might have not been there doing the killings, but might have knew who the killer was, being that he was friends with him, maybe. Possible. I don't know. But they will find out. And I can tell you this much. Everyone is disgusted at the whole thing. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Not one bit. I just hope Greeno changes his life. You know? That's all I could say. But I think you'll start seeing more people being picked up for stuff like that down there. I did hear a YouTuber yesterday talk on a channel. He's a YouTuber, crime channel, saying that Indiana is very corrupt. He got one thing right. There's corruption everywhere. Is Indiana corrupt? Well, some say it is very corrupt, very scary. A lot of organizations. I don't know about that because I don't hang around with people like that. I kind of stay to myself and stay home. Why? Because then I know I can't get in trouble. So I know when these idiots make fake videos, it's this guy, it's that guy. You know, I got proof. I'm right here. So, yeah. I think these boys got themselves in a big ringer. I think they're trying to get everybody. I think what it is, I'm going to be honest with you, his friends know. And there was other people involved, and they probably know, oh shit, he got busted. And that guy got busted. And this guy got busted. I bet you've seen a lot of people do the boot scoop boogie out of America or out of this state and is crapping their pants because I have a bad feeling that we were lied to as subs and viewers of these channels. You know, yeah, I think we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg, folks, when it comes to this stuff. I think there's some music channels out there probably crapping their pants because they might have affiliations with Greeno. Do I think they were trying to set somebody up? I think so. I think there was one main person that was the brain. And what he did was pulled a Batman movie, like the Joker with Keith Ledger. He robs a bank, hires all these guys to do a job, and one at a time, he's either setting them up or killing these dudes. To where the end of it, where the Joker walks out of the bank with all the money, what does the one guy do? He comes walking up to the Joker and says, the Joker sent me or hired me to do this job with these guys and told me to get rid of them all. And then what does the Joker do? He gets rid of the guy that was the last one there. And that's what I'm thinking old Greeno wanted to be, was the Joker, the superhero. I think him, Harmon, all the rest of them. Harmon was a joke. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Some of the stuff, I'm like, you're lying, dude. You're in a drug-induced haze. You're injecting junk on TV or on social media. You're lying. You're making a joke out of it. And 2 young girls were killed, and they were making a joke out of it. No, I don't have a flashlight. My God, why do I get trolls like this? I don't care if you guys watch porn. Everyone watches porn that is single. Even people that are married will watch porn together. Uh, that's not our problem here. Our problem in our country is these people can't determine fantasy from reality. I'm telling you, they're not done coming after people. It's an ongoing case. Do I think there's other people involved? Yeah, I think they're all crap in their pants. Now, Greeno has the upper hand. Keegan Klein has the upper hand. Why? Well, because they're in prison, they can cut a deal right on all of them. Music business, movie, all of it. Nah, I don't know how long they'll last in prison, but they have the upper hand in this case. Of course, we're seeing all these people making videos. There's other people thinking that these other YouTubers are involved in it and everything. And, only time will tell, possibly. They possibly might be watching these guys, waiting for them to slip up. And I think a couple of them are slipping up, attacking each other and everything. This war between as above, so below, and Randy Gravitt and the Frankenmeister, whatever, all these channels, back and forth, calling each other rats and everything. What'd they rat on? What's the big thing? I know as above and so below keeps saying they're all rats. They're all trying to swim to shore up the water. I don't know. They might be. They might have ratted on as above, so below, or something. There's more involved. Greeno might not have had a hand in anything. He might have just been at the wrong place at the wrong time and had the wrong friends and got caught up in a whirlwind, even though his history and his past is very violent uh, towards women and other people too. You know. So, I don't know. He was rubbing it in the police's face. He had a warrant out for his arrest, and Greeno was actually wanted in photobombing police in other states that didn't know he was wanted. He was walking right up to police, photobombing them as a wanted man, flirting with disaster, tempting the police, playing games like what? Like a Zodiac. Nut job. Cuckoo. And they all are. If you really watch all their videos and watch them and their interviews, uh, even the Brian Chadwell, he came out and said he belongs to some gang and they're looking for women and mature women and someone to run things, a mature woman. And here he had a 9-year-old girl chained up in his basement. Unbelievable. I just don't understand it. The more crazier you are, the more you lie, the more these people go nuts and follow you like a Manson family. I'm like, holy crap. I'm looking for love. I'm looking for a woman, but I'm not going to become some nut job killer to find a beautiful wife. God dang, these people are, what is wrong with our society? I don't know. Chris Watts killed all 3 of his family members. And women just flock to him. It's the same thing with men, though. These women are behind bars for killing men, and men flock to them. What is it? I don't know. It's going to be a great psychoanalysis on it. What is the thing of it? Why? I don't know. But we're going to do probably studies on it to find out why is it with this attraction of crazy, stone cold killers that these men and women go cuckoo for. I don't know. But they will find out. They will find out. And as far as I'm concerned on this channel, I don't care how much money people have or how famous they are. That would be biased in a case. And that's what a lot of people are. That's why they want me to go to work. That's why they want me to do things, because I'm not, they can come up to me, I got $400 million. I don't care. You're a suspect in a murder case of 2 young little girls. You are famous. You're a superstar. I watch all your movies. I buy all your records. But you're a suspect in a murder case of 2 little girls. I'm sorry. I can't help you. I know you're rich. I know you're famous. I know you're big and bad, tough man and all that. Got millions and millions, 20 houses, 50 cars. But you killed a little girl, 2 little girls. And somebody has to answer for that. Now, on this channel, they are all innocent until proven guilty, or the evidence stacks up so high that they don't even need to step foot in a courtroom. The evidence shows they're guilty. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say other than that. You're going to find out when you're killing and slaughtering our children and you're kidnapping them and making kiddie porn or passing kiddie photos of naked kids. You're going to find out that your friends that you thought were your friends, and you're going to be your friends no more, folks. The businesses that were backing you, you're going to find out they ain't going to back you no more. The movies and the music channels, they're not going to back you no more once they find out that you've been busted. What are they going to do? They're going to rat on you. They're going to be the first ones to say, yeah, we fired him because we had suspicions and whatever it may be. So, yeah, I believe a lot. I believe anything is possible in a murder case or an abduction of a kid or a kiddie porn ring or molesting kids over and over again and trying to cover it up. These people haven't done it 3-4 times. These people are habitual offenders and they make money off of it. Christ, we can work with somebody that's made a mistake. But when you can't see that mistake and you consistently keep doing it, I can't help you folks. I can't help these dudes. There ain't nothing I could do. No, I don't want to do anything. They deserve to be where they're at. Maybe they'll think about what they did. Till then, we're going to have to suck their brains out and refill it with jelly. So there you go, the Delphi case wrapped up. Many are involved. Many think they're untouchable. I keep telling them, there ain't nobody untouchable. Nobody. They all keep thinking they're safe. But if they're mafia, the mafia will kill these guys themselves. Mafia don't kill little girls, at least the real Sicilians from Italy. They would come over here and bash these dudes' heads in, finding out that they're killing and raping little girls. So we're not worried about that. Whatever organization these guys belong to, I'm sure their own organizations will take care of them dudes behind bars or wherever, out on the streets or whatever. There ain't nothing I can do for these folks. I'm sorry. And me, myself, I can't get wrapped up into it. You know, Big Brother is telling me, hey, be careful. And we're not going to let you get wrapped up into this. Keep investigating. Keep doing what you're doing. And don't worry about it. I'm not. I ain't worried about it. I'm a couch potato investigator. And these other channels are keep doing what you're doing. You're not breaking any laws. You're not slandering. All this information is out there. It wasn't put out there by you. And just because you repeat something from what you're watching on the internet is not slander. And just because you have your own theories and your own suspicions of what's going on is not breaking the law. And for all these people to come out and say, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, that's the only way you folks know how to make a living, is by suing. You've never went out and worked a hard day in your lives. You sold drugs, you kidnapped kids, you joined gangs, you did whatever to make your money. Why I chose to stay behind. You should have listened to the Stevie Ray Vaughan. Song. You went your way, folks, and I stayed behind. I did. I could have been somebody. I wanted to be somebody. But the good Lord was watching over me, I think, and a bunch of other people, and said, it's just too dangerous right now. And I agree with them. It's too crazy. It's too wild. I'm not going to do anything to harm anybody or discriminate against them or be biased against them in a case of missing kids. Why? Because it could have been my kid. It could have been my grandkids. That's why. Sorry, folks. Now I got to go and get a pack of cigarettes. And I'll be back to watch some more YouTube tonight. And that's my opinion. You know, I don't have any beef or grudge against any of these YouTubers, but just voicing my opinion, well, them people have a grudge against me. And I got to let you folks know something. I love life. And I love my family. I love my grandkids and kids. So just keep that in mind. And I do support the police on some stuff. Other stuff, I don't. And there is corruption, even in the force, government, everywhere, even the churches. So at this channel, we trust nobody but the woman that I'm bedding with and close family. And right now, I'm not sleeping with any woman, so I don't believe anything at all. Don't come here trying to sway your. Yeah. Like I said, I only bow down to God, and I only love the one woman that I bed with and are as intimate with and whisper sweet nothings to. It happens to be, I don't have one of them right now. So it's all fair game. You're all fair game. All right, folks. I got to. You folks have a good night. Be safe. Keep an eye on the weather. Lord, what I wouldn't give to quit smoking. But you know what, Lord? I can see that I'm going to have to do these things on my own. I know you're busy. You got a lot going on. I know that. But one of these days, I'm going to quit smoking, and hopefully it ain't going to be at my funeral when some joker stands up and says, well, at least he quit smoking. No. Once again, my condolences to Abby and Libby's family. There are rumors out there that there was no murder. It was a GoFundMe scam. Whatever. They'll get to the bottom of it. You know, I don't blame them people for saying that. Why? Because there's no evidence that has been released. No crime scene photos. No nothing. And in order to solve a case, you got to have evidence. And YouTube, society, or social media don't have the evidence. So I can understand why them people are saying it's possible it was a scam. Whatever it may be, I don't care. They'll find out. I got to go. No, I'm drinking my cucumber water right now with lemon juice and a little bit of cranberry juice. All goes back to Seinfeld. Sure does. Sure does. But ain't nothing we could do now. Wait for the case to be solved. Like I said, the Delphi is an ongoing case. So is the Gabby or Kylie Rodney. Until the police come out and say all these people are cleared at a press release saying, hey, we cleared these people. These people are not cleared as far as the communities are concerned. We're finding out that a lot of the paperwork that's being put out is what? Put out by another YouTuber. Did the police actually come out and say Anthony Greeno has nothing to do with the case? No. Sean Harmon? No. Any of these guys that were Anthony Greeno's friends? No. The police never came out and said they had nothing to do with the case. Maybe they did, and I didn't see it, but I don't think so, because it's still an ongoing case. I think the police are afraid to come out and say they were lied to. I mean, I think they know it by now, but they were lied to. And I don't think they want to admit it. I don't know, but I got to go before it gets too late to the gas station. And You folks have a good night. Be safe. Like I said, it ain't over till it's over, folks. But I think there's a bunch of people involved. Crap, they even tried to suck innocent people into it. You know, thank God we got out of it. Thank God we're law-abiding citizens. You know, but yes, if a YouTuber is going down, we actually have proof now that they will try and suck anyone they can down with them. You know, even if these people are totally innocent. And I think that's what they realize now. So, I don't know. You know, there's people coming into my chat all the time and other chats saying Sean Harmon is dead. I don't know that. I haven't dug up to see if he's got a death certificate or not. Uh, you know, if he is, rest in peace. If he ain't, no, he's probably still doing what he did all the time. What was that? In people's chats under different names, trolling them and attacking their channels. So I don't believe anything till the sheriff's department or FBI calls me and says, Johnny, you know, such and such and this and this. Till that day, they're all suspects and being watched and probably being hunted for the crimes that they committed. I don't know what to say. I don't know. We're tired of the brainwashing and the kidnapping of kids. We're tired of step parents or whatever and taking kids and doing whatever they want with them. And man, we're sick of it. And just letting you know, we're sick of it. I'm sick of it. The whole world's sick of it. Especially YouTube is sick of all these sickos. And they're not making movies, folks. Me, I am. I'm trying to get all this stuff together, all my music, and do something, but I can't find most of my stuff that I really had wrote Control for, the movie for, or the theme of the song was going to be Control. And where did it go? I don't know. Probably somebody hacked when they hacked my computer, got it or whatever. I don't know. I'll start all over again. I don't care. You're not going to bring me down, Satan. You're not watching a train wreck. It's never going to happen. I'm like Dave Mustaine when people thought the band was all over with and they were waiting for a train wreck. Well, not here. Sorry, folks. Go somewhere else. There ain't going to be no train wreck here. So we'll make movies. We'll write songs. We'll cover songs. But train wrecks, I don't get into. So you folks have a good night. Be safe. Keep an eye on the weather. Keep an eye on the weather. It can change in a heartbeat. Today was supposed to be beautiful, no rain at all. Out of the blue, boom. Just out of the blue, sky turned dark and boom. So keep an eye on things. Love everybody. Peace. And like I said, not all YouTubers are bad YouTubers. There are some YouTubers that are really good at what they do. They're not biased. They look at everything. And the main thing in a case is you got to have an open mind. Anything, and I mean anything, is possible. When it comes to ripping somebody off millions, when it comes to kidnapping kids or blackmail or any of this crap, it's possible. So keep that in mind if you are going to be a YouTube couch potato investigator. Have an open mind, and once you do, you can see it. The Lord revealed it to us. There was more than one person involved in the Delphi case. There was more one person involved in the Summer Wells case, and many more. You know, to keep a secret that long, there has to be many involved. All right, you guys have a good day. I want to thank my two best trolls. We love them, although they're here all the time, give me crap. They talk about stuff that has nothing to do with the crime or anything. They're their own people. We love you here, but I gotta go. Got things to do, and I got a YouTube channel I want to watch when I get back from the gas station. So be safe, love everybody, peace, and God save us all and help us solve these cases. In Jesus' name I pray. And yes, I've been watching a lot of church. Not of church, the real church. You know. In Jesus' name I pray. Now you guys have a good night. Be safe.